Magic Johnson has said the Lakers, after freeing up some cap space, are going to pursue 2-star elite players. Let's listen to what he said.
Wouldn't have made the move if I wasn't confident.
You too.
Still the same. I wouldn't have made the move. I mean, you know, we have got to take the next step. We're still on the outside looking in. No matter how good we've been playing, we're not in the playoff. We're not one of the top 8 teams in the West, and that's just the bottom line. So I don't want to stay in this position. I want to have us be in the playoffs, and the only path to that is to add to the roster we already have.
All right, so Magic wants to make some moves.
But everybody knew this, right? This is not a surprise.
Yes. But my question to you is, who do you think realistically, who do you think they're going to get, and who do you think they should get?
Well, look, I mean, Paul George is from Southern California. He's probably always wanted to be a Laker.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who grew up during the Kobe, Shaq era. I mean, I grew up during the Magic, Kareem, James Worthy, Byron Scott, Koopaloop era. Everybody wanted to be a Laker then. These guys still want to be a Laker now. It's still Los Angeles. And I understand to which you can build a brand in Oklahoma City. Yeah. You can build a brand in Cleveland. You can, obviously, in Oakland and eventually in San Francisco, maybe even more so than you ever thought possible because of Silicon Valley. But it's still L.A. It's still the Staples Center. You're still a Laker. And it means more when you're from there. That's why they think Paul George is a possibility. And look, LeBron James owns a home, beautiful home in Brentwood. And there's a sense, and this is where he calls home and plays and trains in the offseason. Not in Akron where he owns, or not in Miami where he used to live, right here. So that's obviously their 2 targets. And in the past, Magic has kind of stepped in it by devaluing Clarkson, devaluing Larry Nance, Julius Randle, because everybody knew they wanted to move those old pieces so they clear salary cap room for new pieces. Yeah. So this isn't a surprise. The interesting part is that if they don't get those guys, you have 2 other L.A. guys in 2019. Klay Thompson, dad played for the Lakers. Dad's a Laker broadcaster forever. And Kawhi Leonard, who grew up in the Inland Empire in Riverside. You grow up here, you want to return here.
Yeah.
And so those are their targets. Are there other viable candidates? Sure.
Right.
Especially when you can take on salaries. Will Anthony Davis stay in New Orleans his entire career? Somebody's going to try and make a move to get Anthony Davis. You look around. I mean, DeMarcus Cousins was a guy that maybe he calls this home. Of course, he's coming off an Achilles tendon tear, so I don't think they get into the DeMarcus Cousins stakes in the offseason. There are other potentials, but everybody knows, I think it's no secret, their target, Paul George, LeBron James, along with the young talent they have.
All right, staying with more Magic Johnson, we're going to rewind to the 2017 World Series. Magic was having a conversation with Big Papi, and let's hear what he said.
Nobody's watching. Nobody need to know. What are you going to take to bring LeBron to the Lakers? I'll pay the fine.
Don't answer.
I'll pay the fine.
I'm going to be in trouble. But you know what? We're trying to build a championship team with the Lakers. And hopefully next summer we'll be in line to sign free agents.
All right, so you got Big Papi vying for you. You got Magic Johnson vying for you. And now Oakland Raiders quarterback Derek Carr, he sent LeBron a tweet the other day. I know you're hot right now, bro, but come on home to the Lake Show and make the Cavs regret losing you again. So what do you think is going on in LeBron's mind right now? He's got everyone talking about him. Everyone wants him to stay, go.
That's what he likes.
Yeah.
He loves this, right? Who doesn't love being talked about, and who doesn't love being loved, being wanted?
Of course.
And remember, like, he was recruited to college, but he never played. And everybody knew he wasn't going to play in college. So you love that feeling of people bidding on you and openly opining for you and saying, we'll name a street after you. We'll do anything. We'll move salary cap space around you.
LeBron Street.
It's incredibly flattering.
Yeah.
And look, the other part is the Lakers have stolen guys from other places in the past. You go back to Wilt, to Kareem, to Shaq. Heck, even Magic was a trade with the New Orleans Jazz back in the day. Gail Goodrich, I believe, went back in return. Pau Gasol, of course, was traded to come to L.A. So I think that people want to see if he's willing to make that next move. And it's pretty obvious that he wasn't having fun, and the Cavs admitted. A big moment was the Cavs admitting to their mistakes That's a big thing for guys to do. Like a couple months, 15 games in, them saying, Isaiah Thomas is a mistake, let's move him. But it's because everyone also knows there's a possibility, maybe even a probability, this is the last go-round in Cleveland.
Right. Speaking of Isaiah Thomas, I think this is kind of shady. So this story came out, ESPN's Rachel Nichols. She got a text from Isaiah Thomas's agent saying he's not coming off the bench. So, I mean, what do you think of this? Do you think it's there's nothing scarier than having somebody else speak for you and speak in the wrong tone? Do you think that this is Isaiah Thomas being like, no, send this out. I want people to know. I want to make a bold statement. I want people to know that I'm going to be playing starting for the Lakers.
It's interesting. One, if it's sent in text, you can't tell tone in text, right? So we don't know if it's I'm not playing or buy me out.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not coming off the bench or buy me out. Obviously, Isaiah Thomas wants minutes because anybody who plays basketball knows the more minutes you have, especially as a guard, point guard, the more touches, the more points, the more assists, the more points, the more assists, the more you can tell people that 15 games in Cleveland, that was just in Cleveland, that was a bad fit. Look with the Lakers. Look what I did with the Celtics. Now I can get that new contract. But this is a massive mistake by his agent.
Oh.
Massive mistake.
Yeah.
Okay? I said this last time. Walk quietly, carry a big stick. Come in. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I just want to be a part of this organization. Yeah. They already have their point guard of the future in Lonzo Ball. Matter of fact, Magic and Rob Pelinka said he's our point guard. They're not budging on this. Just be a good soldier. Come in. When you come in off the bench, play the Jordan Clarkson role and try and get buckets and then get a contract elsewhere. I'm not sure if I was, instead of sending that text, okay, this is not helping. This is hurting. And your job as an agent is to be a go-between, is to help things. And instead, you've doubled down and made demands and made it through the media. I think that's a major mistake.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.